December 2025. A quiet evening in Russia is shattered by police moving in. Officers from the Ministry of Internal Affairs make their arrests, taking several people into custody. Among them is a man described as the developer and the main administrator of a malicious tool that had been bleeding millions from the Russian public. It was the end of a digital heist that in a little over a year had evolved from a scary idea into a full-blown crisis. The tool was called NFCGate, and it turns something billions of people carry in their pockets, a smartphone, into a perfect weapon for a contactless robbery. Here's how the heist worked. Forget skimmers, forget hacked databases. This was personal and happened right in the victim's hand. It always started with a story, a phone call or a message, often claiming to be from a bank, a government service, or the police. The story was urgent. Your account is compromised. You're eligible for a benefit. There's a problem with your taxes. To fix it, to secure it, to claim it, you need to download a special security app. The link arrives, looking official. The victim, worried and wanting to do the right thing, clicks. They install what looks like a legitimate banking or government app. Then, the final convincing act. The app asks them to verify their identity by performing a simple, modern action. For your security, please place your bank card on the back of your smartphone and enter your PIN code. It seems logical. It feels secure. You're tapping your own card to your own phone. Even I would go for that. But at that moment, the trap springs. The malicious app, a modified version of the open-source NFCGate tool, uses the phone's NFC reader to steal not just the card number, but the unique, dynamic transaction data generated in that exact second. It also captures the PIN code you just typed. That data, the digital essence of your bank card, isn't stored. It's fired across the internet in real time. While the victim stares at their phone, waiting for a verification complete message, that stolen data is traveling to another smartphone, miles away. This phone is held by a money mule, a low-level member of the gang standing at an ATM. Their phone, using the same NFCGate technology, has now become a perfect digital clone of the victim's physical card. The mule taps their phone to the ATM's contactless reader. The machine sees a legitimate card. The mule enters the stolen PIN code. The cash dispenses. In minutes, the account is drained, and the victim's card never left their wallet. This was the direct attack. Simple, brutal, and effective. But the hackers were just getting started. By the spring of 2025, they had refined their scheme into something even more sinister and clever: the reverse attack. In this version, the victim's phone doesn't read their card. It becomes the attacker's card. After installing the fake app, the victim is told to go to an ATM to secure their funds, or activate a savings account. They tap their own phone to the machine, but instead of accessing their money, the malware on their phone transmits the data of a card belonging to the criminals. When the victim follows the instructions to make a deposit or transfer, the money flows directly into the gang's account. They are literally tricked into handing their cash to the thief, with their own device as the conduit. The cruel genius of this scheme was that it wasn't originally criminal. The core tool, NFCGate, was born in a university lab. Students at the Technical University of Darmstadt in Germany developed it back in 2015 as an open-source research project, a tool for analyzing and debugging NFC traffic, a gadget for tech enthusiasts and academics. For years, it was just that. Then, in late 2023, cybersecurity researchers in the Czech Republic spotted something new in the wild. The first documented attacks using a modified, weaponized version of NFCGate. They dubbed this first banking Trojan N-Gate. The Czech police moved fast, arresting a suspect in March 2024 and recovering thousands of euros. It seemed like the story might end there. It didn't. The concept was too good. The code was out there. By August 2024, the attack had found a new and perfect testing ground: Russia. In Russia, the scale exploded. What were isolated incidents became a wave. In January 2025, the Russian security firm F6, formerly FACT, reported over 400 attacks in just 2 months, with losses exceeding 40 million rubles, which is about $400,000. By the end of 2025, the estimated total stolen from Russian victims using various NFCGate-based strains would reach a staggering 1.6 billion rubles, roughly $18 million. As the money flowed, the malware evolved. It wasn't just about NFC anymore. By mid-2025, a new, more powerful strain emerged from the Czech Republic, the RatOn Trojan. RatOn was a monster of a remote access tool. It kept the NFC relay function, but bundled it with an arsenal of other capabilities. It could take over banking apps to make automated transfers. It could lock the victim's screen with ransomware-like messages, claiming the phone was locked for illegal activity and demanding a $200 cryptocurrency payment to unlock. Most chillingly for a modern audience, RatOn specialized in cryptocurrency wallet theft. It could target apps like MetaMask and Phantom. When commanded, it would launch the wallet app, use a stolen PIN code to unlock it, and, through automated clicks, navigate to the security settings to reveal and steal the victim's secret seed phrase. This gave the attackers direct, irreversible access to every crypto asset in that wallet. RatOn was malware as a service, a sophisticated kit that could be leased by other criminals. The genie was not just out of the bottle, it was for rent. The human cost was individual devastation, average losses of 120,000 rubles, $1,500 per attack. But the technical scale was vast. F6 detected signatures of NFC-gate-based malware on over 175,000 devices in Russia. Wow. Each of those devices was a potential portal for theft. The gangs distributed their fake apps through WhatsApp and Telegram, disguised as software from major Russian banks or even the government's Gosuslugi portal. They used fake listings for adult versions of apps like TikTok to lure users. The social engineering was the key. The technology just enabled the con. The December 2025 arrests were a significant blow. Russian police announced they had detained the group's core, including the key developer, and cited preliminary losses from this specific gang at over 200 million rubles, $2.6 million. But the story of NFCGate is bigger than one bust. It marks a paradigm shift in financial cybercrime. For over a decade, contactless payments were seen as the secure future. NFCGate shattered that sense of safety by exploiting the ultimate vulnerability: human trust. It proved that a tool built for research could be twisted into a global threat. It showed that attacks could spread from country to country in months, morphing and growing in sophistication. The case of the NFCGate hackers isn't just a story about stealing money. It's a story about how innovation, even academic innovation, can be hijacked. It's a blueprint for the modern digital heist, one that doesn't need a mask, a gun, or even your physical card. All it needs is a good story, a moment of fear or hope, and a tap.